What is up, guys? Bachman's Garage back at you again with another video. I know it's been quite some time since I've made a video, but forgive me if the camera shakes around and it get a lot of noise. We're inside my 2006 Scion XB, and I basically wanted to give you the pros and cons behind this car. There's a lot of pros, but there's a handful of cons, and it's kind of what makes an XB what it is. So I'll give you all the good stuff about it. It's made by Toyota, so it's incredibly reliable. Very rarely will this thing ever actually let you sit, and if it does, it's usually because of something stupid. Being a sensor, or maybe a misfire due to a faulty plug or a wire or something like that. Other than that, they are usually pretty reliable. Maintenance, extremely inexpensive in comparison to a lot of vehicles, like your more exotic stuff, BMWs, Mercedes, higher end cars. They come in manual. You can get them in automatic as well, but having a manual is a pretty cool option. There is a lot of space on the inside of them, whether you want to use them for actually moving stuff around. I've seen people turn them into work vans or, little truck haulers, whatever, hauling 2x4s and dumb shit like that. But going on with the good list, they have good gas mileage. They are extremely customizable. Oh, look, a first gen XP. Nice. They're extremely customizable, both interior and exterior. But a con that comes with that is certain stuff is extremely expensive because it is a older car. They don't make them anymore. A lot of the old manufacturers that made parts for them stopped making parts for them because they don't make the car anymore, and there's not enough supply and demand out there. So when you do find parts that they used to make for them, or even replica parts of stuff that they used to make, they're extremely expensive because they're kind of like one-off parts. They don't make a whole lot of them anymore. So a con would be, oh look, a second gen XB. A con of customizing would be that it's expensive to customize, or stuff's difficult to find. Another con would be they are gutless. They are absolutely one of the slowest vehicles I've ever driven in my life, and I've driven first generation Volkswagen Beetles and non-turboed PT Cruisers, and I had a Mercury Tracer LS with a 2.0 in it. Granted, it's not the slowest car on the face of the earth, but it's definitely not quick. And pretty much all of that, except for maybe the Volkswagen Beetle, would gap this thing really, really badly. So that gives you a perspective of how slow it is. And yes, that's even with the 5-speed. But being that it is slow and it is compact, it's kind of a momentum car in the sense of like a Miata. It's extremely fun to drive, but you have to know how to drive them. It's better to drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow. And that goes with pretty much any vehicle, even motorcycles. Like, there's people out there on Honda Groms and Benelli 135s that have more fun than I do on an FZ8, and it's just because of the way it is, and that's kind of why I like this car. But other than that, and maybe the lack of armrest in the center, this thing really doesn't have too many cons about it. Some people find them ugly. I don't. I always thought they were cool. It's actually, ironically, kind of a dream car for me, which most people would say, why the fuck would a dream car for you be a Scion XB? Because I like the shape. It's a very iconic Japanese styling, and I always liked stuff that was different. When the Scion XB came out in the first generation from 03 to 07, there was nothing else running around like it. And then they came out with the Kia Soul because a lot of people liked these. And then once these, stopped being made, the Kia Soul took over, and that's the closest thing you can get to a Scion XB, other than a Nissan Cube. And if you want to talk about an ugly box, a Nissan Cube is definitely an ugly box, in my opinion. But we're not gonna get into that. So in the future, I'm gonna make an updated video as far as what's going on with my XB and what we're doing to it. I've already got a lot of stuff done to it since the last video I made, other than the exhaust clip. I'm sure the majority of the people that are gonna watch this have already seen that. And I'll give you a more detailed, better walk around the car. I just figured I'd make this video while I'm on the way to work. I didn't have really anything else to do. Oh, I should have pulled out first there. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little banter of me telling you, you know, my pros and cons to the Scion XB. There are probably a few things I'm missing there as well, but I hit the majority of the major points, the stuff that's mostly important. Oh, I forgot to mention, they do handle excellent for being on stock suspension, but I have new suspension for it as well as wheels and tires. So, but anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more XB content. Catch you later.